There we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of long range wood building. Sorry I missed the ball. I was pretty busy last week. Trying to get other stuff done. Wayne's been helping me out. And I know now how to connect the receivers. So basically you just tape it down here and then go around and over here, and I now know about the pinout, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Let's just cut the wires to length a little bit. Yeah, just because weight and tidiness. Here we go. The pinout he gave me is here. So we're going to use ground and 5 volt and RX3 and TX3. Alright. Yeah. So I cut these wires to length. I'm going to be using soldering iron here to pre-tin the pads. This one here is ground. There we go. Soldering iron is warming up. Right, cleaning the pads a little bit. So the ground is on the inside. Oh, always when you're soldering down wires onto PCBs, always pre-tin your wires. And if you've made them a little bit too long, don't be afraid to cut them down a little bit. Alright, but basically the pre-tinning will ensure that there's plenty of solder connection between the wire and the pad, and that means that it'll not only hold electronically but also physically. There we go, black. And red. And damn it, which one was? So the inside is RX and the other one is TX. So channel 1 will be RX because it's TX here. So TX connects to RX, right? So transmitter on the receiver connects to receiver on the flight controller. Transmitter on the receiver is channel 1. Here we go. And RX. Why am I not soldering in the middle here? Okay. And as always, the last one is always the, I don't know why. Soldering iron isn't properly pre-tinned and all that stuff, always on the last one. Anyway. So soldered up the nano RX. Gonna loop it around here. Come on, please be the right length. Yeah, almost. Which one did I cut too short? Can't believe it. That would seriously ruin my day. Actually, it's the red wire. Just gonna loop it around in a different way. Alright, so I gotta nope, I gotta loop it around here. Okay, it's the black wire. Man, that sucks. Let me see if I got a different ground that I can tap off of. Yep, I got a different ground. Located it. I don't want to extend the fucking wire. So I'm just gonna, the black wire, I cut it too short. So I'm taking it off, soldering it on here. It's all Wayne's fault anyway, because he told me the wires were too long and I had to cut them. Like an idiot that I am. Here we go. Solder it to a different ground. See if it works now. Nope. Other wires are too short as well. Which one is it now? It's the green one. Do we have another 5-volt source? We do not. Can we route the 5-volt differently? I just really don't want to redo this. Just blame Wayne. Andy Stowe is asking, yeah, that's a TS100 with a custom case. Wayne, if you're still listening, can you bring me a new set of cables? We gotta redo this. Alright. Do it once and proper. Fucking man up. Okay, so I'm just removing the shrink tube here again. I messed up big time. Yeah, I got a new shrink tube and new 3M tape. All this.
How about you do the VTX and I'll just fix this up over there.
Okay. All right. Thanks. All right. Wayne saving the day. Okay. Now I gotta solder up the VTX. So. Oh. Okay. Gotta clean the pads on the VTX first. Should have prepared the third hand, but obviously didn't. So I'm just grabbing these pins here, adding heat and pulling them out. 2 down, 2 to go. Add heat one more time, pull. Add heat again, pull. And the last one. As usual. There we go. Alright. Rinse off the pads. Nah, there's still one in there. It was 5, not 4. Tweezers aren't strong enough. I'm losing grip of the pins. There we go. So we've now got a VTX here with a couple of pads exposed. We're gonna get some cables again. So we're gonna need black, red, and yellow. And what else is there? Great. They're super hard to read. Claudia is asking about what motors are you using. So this is just a standard 75X, right? This is a 2S, and we're using the XT60 plug with the XT60 batteries. I think 450 milliamps. Trying to find a connection diagram for this VTX here. It's kind of hard because I'm used to Unify Pros, which are labeled properly. Yeah, this one here has kind of weird labeling on it. Okay, the first one appears to be 5 volts. And we're going to do a nano build. Great, shorted it to ground. That's not going to work very well. Going to do a Unify Nano Pro build later on. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that for now. So soldering down the ground has made me unsolder whatever was next to it. So let's try that again. These pads are way too tiny. I'm sorry that I'm looking down like that, but yeah, I can't really see it properly anymore. Alright, just cleaned all the pads. Let's try this again. We gotta clean the tip real quick. That's what she said. Alright, number one. I think people have already fallen asleep. What's up, chat? Just looking at me solder like an idiot onto super tiny pads. Thanks, Wayne. Just for information, if you guys are following this, I did post a link on YouTube, so you can follow this on YouTube as well. The chat should work there too, so there's a Team Black Sheep live stream channel that you can subscribe to, so you'll always be notified when we go live. There's multiple people streaming now on Team Black Sheep. So we created our own YouTube channel just for the live streams. Yep. So this video right there. All right. What did I just do? Alright, cool. So if you guys have any questions for now, we just pre-wired the VTX here with 5-volt ground and video. There is a CH, which I have no idea what that is, and then there is a SA, which I'm guessing stands for Smart Audio. So I will wire. I only got black left, really. So I'm gonna wire black up to Smart Audio. Actually, Smart Audio would be on the Nano RX here, I guess, or through the flight controller. I don't know where to connect Smart Audio, so we'll leave that off for now. Alright, so before I make the same mistake again, I'm just gonna tape this down where it needs to be. So kind of like this, nicely centered, and that will ensure that it's like in here. Right? So it's taped down. I gotta open up the Streamlabs again so that I can properly see what I'm doing. Alright, so this is glued in nicely, and now we route the wires, and I'm just gonna solder them down one by one and then clip them, or clip them off and then solder them down one by one. Okay, just so that I don't waste another 10 minutes of everybody's time. Okay, so here we go. Expose wires, pre-tin. Oh man, I'm way better with my fingers. All right, first one down. Exposed. Soldered it down. Finished. And then we had yellow was channel 1. Channel 1 is TX on the receiver, which goes to RX, which is on the inside of the board. Alright. There we go. Drop. Expose. Solder. Wire's too long. Cut it down. Alright, and the last one. Hey Snoopy, what's up? I'm doing okay. A little bit busy, just with everything going on around here. Chat doesn't work on YouTube. That's not good. It should work. I'll look into that in a couple of minutes. All right. So sorry about that. Cool. So we've got this bundle here ready now. We should probably solder this down as well somehow. TX3, are you kidding me? So TX3 smart audio is on the same port that we used for CRSF, so I guess we can't use smart audio. Wayne, if you're still listening, is that correct? How do you fast forward? Well, you just gotta let me do my thing, and then you can fast forward. I'm sorry, man. I'm not that good with these things, or at least not that fast. Okay, so lengthwise, this goes out the back like this, right? And the camera goes on the top like this. So lengthwise, it's gonna probably go like underneath and then out. So expose the wires. It's a whole bunch of the same repetitive stuff. I will need to talk to Wayne about the smart audio thing. I guess it has to be, like, the cool thing about using Crossfire is that you don't really need to rely on the flight controller to use smart audio. So I'm guessing that we could connect it to the Nano RX. and just use the smart audio from the Crossfire itself, which would also make it work with the Tango, I guess. Um, I don't know, Wayne, voice of wisdom, dude. Help us out. Check WhatsApp. Huh, all right, here we go. Ooh. Oh, that's TX6. All right. Looked like TX3 from where I was standing. So, okay, turns out we do have smart audio on the flight controller, so we're gonna solder that on real quick. There we go. Good enough. It's not gonna win any awards, but neither is my piloting. So the reason, maybe I'll just quickly go over for the people who haven't seen the version 1 build. The reason why we removed all of the connectors here and we replaced them with wires, right? And the reason why we did that is because on crashes the pin headers apparently break really quickly. So I didn't even fly it. I went straight in and started modifying this whole thing here. Yeah, just to increase the reliability. I do fly in pretty stupid locations sometimes. Actually, all the times. So I just want to make sure that I don't have an embarrassing like walk to somebody I was just like flying over and like, hey, yeah, sorry, I broke a pin header. You know, those discussions are never cool. And I mean, the reason why I like the tiny whoop size drones is because you can do so much with it. Like, I was just talking to some random person the other day. Well, not really random, but anyway, I was talking to them and they were like, I told them like what my company does, and they were like, oh yeah, you're like the guy that flew in the APM, right? And APM is a shopping mall here, and it wasn't really me who flew there, but I was there with Jesse Perkins from Tiny Whoop, and Jesse ripped at a mall here which is called APM, and it made the local news headline because we were like proximity diving a baby with a Tiny Whoop, and the news made it out like it was a Phantom type drone, and that we almost killed a baby. So it got pretty popular, but also like what I'm trying to say, I guess, is that it really helps in the kind of locations where there's a lot of people, just doing stuff safely that you couldn't do with any other drones otherwise. So we're all set up here. So we started the VTX down. We're gonna have to just put this all together on the drone and we're ready to go. So the special thing about this, like I said, I removed the pin headers. We kept the standard VTX, but again we removed the pin headers, and just, you know, it just creates like a wiggle space on an impact, right, with the cables. So that connection will be more robust. We added a Crossfire Nano instead of the XM Plus that came with it, and we're probably going to be installing an Immortal T antenna on the back, which is right here. So the way that Wayne has done it, and which I'm just going to shamelessly clone, is how the hell did he get it in there though? Okay. it is an Immortal T after all, so you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. So there we go. Immortal T installed. Nope. Sorry. Not yet. Alright, now it's installed. So yeah, we're probably just gonna glue it on here and then connect it up to the Nano RX like so.
Looks like the motor is hitting against the
No.
antenna. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not. It's totally not.
It is wiggling.
Oh, so you went through one of these struts. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, again, Wayne with the saves our ass. So we're gonna install it like this, okay? And I guess we'll put it together. I don't want to bore you guys with, you know, me shoving this thing in here. And part 3 is going to be binding, configuring it, and then flying it, which is going to be tomorrow. So what's the temp on the soldering iron? We're at 380. So that's way too high, Wayne. It should actually be like 340. 380, 390, that's pretty dangerous. Like you should only make really quick contacts with the PCB, which we're doing anyway. But you can easily so like a PCB is glass fiber, and then there's an epoxy layer, and then there's a copper layer, right? So if you heat up the copper too much, it'll loosen up the epoxy down below, and then the pad will lift off. So if you have too high of a soldering iron, you're gonna destroy your PCB. So try to keep it at like 360. 360 is safe. And here I think we're using leaded solder, so that's a little bit easier to solder, especially on the small pads. And we're just using a standard tip on the TS100 soldering iron. All right. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow with this fully installed. I'll walk you through it, and then we'll do a quick install, like a setup guide for the tuning parameters and all that stuff, and then we'll just rip it hardcore. No F's given. All right, cool. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been the TBS Couch long range brushless whoop build part 2. Part 3 is going to be, like I said, configuring it and installing it. We've probably spent about an hour right now already. So you're probably going to be expecting an hour and a half of builds to really customize this and get, I would say, the most out of it. All right. See you guys later. Peace out.